What the?
Good evening. I'm Rob Moffat. Live theater has long been a way of life here in southern Utah. From the bustling metropolis of St. George to the small towns of Hurricane and Paragona, the strains of Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat echo through the Red Rock Canyon. It was no surprise, therefore, that in 1995 a group of theatrical visionaries came together to create a beautiful theater in the center of Utah's desert heartland. Formed in the Red Rock Cliffs of Ivins, Utah, the theater was christened Tuacán, an Aztec word meaning City of the Gods. This $23 million facility hosts a 2,000-seat outdoor amphitheater, a 300-seat proscenium stage, a high school for the performing arts, administrative offices, gift shop, and concession stand. But the staff of Tuacán still had one major problem: how to find an audience for their spectacular Broadway in the Desert productions. With season after season of lackluster sales and the future of Tuacán uncertain, the producers turned to a small wooden stage with a plan to save Tuacán from financial ruin. With a powerhouse creative staff, the producers began working on a new script to a show that would revolutionize theater in Utah and the world. They would create a piece of performance art that would serve to lure in new patrons and prepare an audience for the spectacle that would follow on the main stage. Based loosely on the life and times of local pioneer figure Jacob Hamblin, the show would be a delight of song and dance. Under the guidance of legendary producer, director, choreographer, actor, and singer Daryl Yeager, this script was transformed into a powerhouse theatrical event. Not all was sunshine and daisies. Corporate incompetence, political infighting, audience apathy, performer attitudes, and a rash of hysterical pregnancies threatened the success of this fledgling show. But through the trials, the show succeeded and single-handedly saved Tuacán from financial ruin. Tonight we take you behind the scenes of Preshow.
Preshow. The pre-show is the pre-show.
Hot.
Nebulous.
Work. Ostentatious. Forced.
Dynamic.
McKaylee.
Out of control.
A dream. Exhilarating. Joy.
Preshow.
Lame.
Pioneer spirit.
Joyful.
Hot.
Inspiring.
Stinky ass.
Probably just fun.
Genius.
Special.
Ridiculous.
Ooh, ridiculous. Okay.
Ridiculously fun and exciting.
The pre-show is a show to get the audience, I think, prepped for the real show that's going to happen right after, and it kind of takes their mind off the heat, especially when they're just sitting out there waiting for the gates to open. So I think for me, it's just trying to make sure the audience is having fun, to get them involved, and to be enthusiastic.
It's pre-show. It's something to do before a show. It's something for the audience to do before a show. Well, the audience doesn't really do anything, but it's a show.
It takes me back to the Great Depression, you know? Escapism. That's what everyone wanted, and when I do the pre-show, I'm in a Great Depression. And it's my escapism.
The pre-show means to me having to get here a little bit earlier, doing my makeup, having to actually do some dance steps, and trying to make the small audience that we usually have energized before they come and see the show, which is The Wizard of Oz on my nights.
I love that the pre-show has an element of surprise in it. You never know what's coming next with this pre-show, and as you know, one of the main shows on the big stage this year is The King and I. And
I had some great lessons from our director from that. He's a great man. I don't think I even need to say his name. We all know who he is. Talking about the importance of the element of surprise, which the pre-show embraces. He often told me, you know, the audience isn't going to expect it if you're down here. And you just, oh! And you're down. And you go, oh! And nobody knows it's coming. And I love that. I love that aspect of the pre-show.
It's a very important job because it's getting the audience ready for the show. And you have to brighten up their lives because if they don't go into the show happy, then we have failed.
Pre-show to me envelops, you know, smiles and lifts, and it actually makes me very happy after I do it, usually.
The pre-show. What can I say about the pre-show? It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful thing. The whole Utah thing, I don't know, just gets me choked up.
It was early in 2003 when the creative staff at Tuacahn came to a startling revelation. The company's pre-show was in need of a major rehaul. After a string of complaints concerning a group of tween dancers performing to Missy Elliott's Get Your Freak On, the producers were forced to take notice. Shocked and appalled audience members were reacting with angry yawns, and the box office was plagued with lackluster ticket sales. The question was how to create a show that would at once boost attendance and placate an increasingly rabid patron base. The creators only had to look around to find their inspiration in the red rocks of the Canyon of the Gods.
It was really quite a process. There's so many things involved in the pre-show. There's the choreography, there's the music, there's the whole dynamic of creating this this positive experience for the audience. And they thought that the best way they could do that by bringing out the beauty and the splendor of the area in this song, Utah. I mean, there's nothing that says more about Utah than a song called Utah.
Tuacahn was really founded to tell the Jacob Hamblin story, and I'm just really disappointed that we have gotten away from that and are now doing Broadway shows. I mean, I was a little concerned when I heard we were doing The Wizard of Oz. I mean, risque, you know.
You know what? There's just a lot about Jacob Hamblin that I don't know. I mean, all I know is that he was a trailblazer, a frontiersman, a husband and father, a missionary, peacemaker. You know, I mean, he's one of the first white men to see the natural beauty of southern Utah. I mean, that takes a lot, you know. And who am I to say no? No, Jacob Hamblin, you shouldn't have a show, you know, at Tuacahn dedicated to you. You know, that's not how I am. That's not how Tuacahn is. And we here at Tuacahn celebrate that spirit that he brought. And I think, I mean, to me, that's the beauty of the pre-show is, I mean, it's Jacob Hamblin, A+, #1.
Well, when I first started on this project, I was a little intimidated with the material.
Well, me and a crew of about 30 writers got together and brainstormed. And, you know, came up with some of the stuff. I even had some writers there from various television shows.
When you first got the material from, you know, the script that you were supposed to start to teach as a music director, how did you work through that? How did you figure out what to sing and who to sing what, and I guess kind of casting as well?
I really didn't bother myself at all. I didn't hold any importance upon anything. It was kind of an embarrassing experience all around.
So you didn't really involve yourself in casting or in deciding what would be sung and how?
Just the chorals.
When casting was done early on, not so much thought was gone into The King and I and Wizard of Oz. It was more about the pre-show. And so what they don't know, and by the time this documentary comes out, they will be well aware that they were chosen for the pre-show specifically. And we then cast into the other shows accordingly because, you know, of course, it being the premiere production that we do here at Tuacahn.
Well, you know, I had to audition for the role of Cowboy Joe, and then Kevin Gertzen also auditioned for the other night, and I got it, so that was pretty exciting. And then, yeah, they just told us one day, by the way, you need to come in tomorrow because we're going to rehearse for the pre-show.